Hey mom, and everyone else watching this. I made this video to show you, not just tell you exactly why I'm ready to take on the responsibility of financing and maintaining a car. This isn't just about having a car to look cool, it's about growth, my business, and proving that I can handle this. In this video, I will be breaking it down into just 3 main parts. My story, all the numbers and calculations you need to know, and how this will help me scale into my goal of 6-figure months. Oh yeah, and I crunched down the numbers all the way to the tax savings and write-offs. So without further ado, let's get into this. Chapter 1, my story. Mom, you've always known that I've been an independent, ambitious kid. From wanting to be an astronaut, an engineer, a basketball star, a drum/violin player, and hell, even playing football at one point. When I was 12, I started my very own lemonade stand because I knew you and dad couldn't afford a PS4 for me, and I wanted to play with some of my friends from my summer camp. So what I did is what I knew to do best. I started my own lemonade stand and raised $300 in about a month and a half. I was 12. This was a lot of money to me at the time. When I was standing out there as a kid, I taught myself how to show up every day. Even if I sold 1 lemonade or 37, I knew the first step into becoming an entrepreneur was being disciplined enough to show up without seeing the results. Having the discipline to show up every day, although you might not see the results today, this week, or maybe even in a year, is a skill that I've developed since a young age. When I was 14 in Hawaii, I realized that I had the power to decide where my life goes and navigate my own life story. I had a high LDL cholesterol and I was overweight, with one of my biggest insecurities being the way my body looked. So what did I do? I pushed myself to the gym every morning while I was on vacation and translated it to when I came back, and after 2 months, I finally got rid of one of my biggest insecurities that haunted me my whole childhood. I then turned 15 and got my first ever 9-to-5 job and learned the value of time and money and what it truly means to earn your living. All those hours outside raking dirt and doing construction work for just $15 an hour felt like literal hell. I knew that this couldn't be it, that I would have to sacrifice hours of my blood, sweat, and tears just for a paycheck that 30% of it already gets taken by the government. 30%, I might have been dragging it. You can't believe everything that you see on the internet, but if you're enjoying the video so far, make sure you like and subscribe for more videos like this. Now, back to the video. So when I turned 16, I decided to start my very own business with $2,000 I managed to save up from working 2 summer jobs. At this time, no one believed in me. Hell, I didn't even believe I could do it myself. But I just took the leap of faith, and over the past year and a half, I've developed skills that will stick to me for the rest of my life. I got my first bulk order in, and boom, before I even knew it, I had sold out my very first collection. By the time I got to college, I had less than 8,000 followers and my brand was only generating around 2,000 to 4,000 a month in revenue. While I was making good progress, I knew I had to turn it up a notch to have a profitable business. So I set my goals and I made a plan to have my very first $10,000 month with my clothing brand. During college, I hit 10,000 followers and I got very emotional because I never thought I would be able to accomplish something like this. This feeling instilled something in me to always chase my dreams and never give up, because you never know where you might be in the day of tomorrow. Fast forward, I left college and I had my biggest drop yet with my Children of God sets. I dropped them on February 27th after 3 weeks of straight marketing, renting out studios, connecting with influencers, and hiring photographers to get the best out of my creatives. Yeah, I dropped, I made $5,000 same day, all organically. March ended up being my first ever 5-figure month, finishing off strong with $11,000 generated. I knew I had a winning product, and I had tons of people DMing me every day, begging me to restock the Children of God sets. And that is exactly what I did, with April being my biggest month yet, generating over $13,000 in revenue. This was a milestone for me. I had hella agencies hitting me up because they knew my brand and product had some crazy potential. Mind you, I'm hitting 5-figure months without spending a single cent on ads. I have now locked in with an agency called Elevate Media that has helped brands just like mine doing 5-figure months scale all the way to 6-figure months and over $500,000 in revenue. There has been multiple occasions where I've been invited to events, fairs, fashion shows, and pop-up shops that I couldn't attend. Not only would I have generated a bunch of revenue at these events, but I would have also built my brand awareness and connected with people similar to me who also go to these events with their very own clothing brands. Scaling a business without a vehicle is just something I can't do anymore if I want to hit my goal of having 6-figure months. Not only will I be able to handle all the inventory and items that go into scaling a business, but I can also use this vehicle as a tax write-off, and every mile I spend can be written off as a business expense, sequentially increasing my profits. And you might be wondering, well, what car are you even planning on getting, Mr. Businessman? Well, that's when we get into chapter 2. Numbers. Credit, credit, credit. The number one scam in America, leaving millions in unbearable amounts of debt yearly. I'm about to teach you something that they should at school, so sit back, grab your pencil and notepad, and be ready to take notes for this free game. Having good credit isn't just about maintaining a good credit score. There's 3 main branches to having a healthy and strong credit profile. Payment history, your track record of making payments on time for all credit accounts. Credit utilization, the ratio of your outstanding revolving credit card balances to your total revolving credit card limits. Last but not least, credit history. How long your credit accounts have been open, including the age of your oldest account, the age of your newest account, and the average age of all accounts. When borrowing money, these are 3 of the most important things that lenders will look at to see your risk of lending and borrowing you money. So yes, you can have a good credit score and still not be approved. In my own personal case, I have a high credit score of a 770, but with little to no credit history, and this raises red flags when looking to apply for loans. This is the exact reason cosigning was invented. A cosigner has one core job: to guarantee the repayment of a loan or debt if the primary borrower fails to pay. Not only will having a cosigner with a strong credit profile help me secure the best interest rates, but it will help me build up my credit profile so that in the future, if I ever plan on purchasing properties, leasing or financing a new car, or even applying for business loans, I will already have a credit history established, which boosts my chances of getting approved. Okay, so here's the math. The outdoor price for the Honda I'm looking at is around $35,000, including taxes, gap insurance, registration fees, and everything else. I plan on putting around $5,000 down, leading to a $30,000 loan payment. For 48 months without a cosigner, I will end up paying anywhere from 10 to 14% in interest, which accrues to almost $10,000 after the term. With help of a cosigner with good credit, not only will it help boost your credit, but I can get rates as low as 4% when financing through credit unions such as NASA Fed, Alliant, Langley, and PenFed. I already got quotes from multiple insurance companies, with the highest one being from State Farm at $425 a month and the cheapest one being $100 a month. On gas, I estimate I would be spending around $100 to $250 a month, depending on how much I do drive it. And with a $30,000 loan at 4 to 6% interest, I will end up paying around $600 to $700 a month on the car note. Finally, maintenance, which I'll reserve an extra $200 to $500 a month in the case anything happens, which is rare and cheap for Hondas. Monthly expense on the car comes to around $1,100 a month, which is a big investment, but is well worth it considering that the car is going to help me make way more money than I could even think of. I already have a separate account which will be handling all of my bills through. This isn't me winging it, it's treating this like a business investment, and with the Honda Pilot holding value so well, even in the rare case that something does go wrong, the lender's risk is super low. That's why it is a win-win in any occasion. Mom, I know I joke around sometimes, but this I'm 100% serious about. Here's my vow. I will never miss a payment, not one. I've already automated it in my budget. I will maintain the car meticulously, oil changes, inspections, all on schedule, and I will use it to build, not just cruise. Every mile will serve purpose. Most importantly, this is my first step toward full independence. The $500 a month I'll contribute isn't just help, it's me practicing for when I move out to handle all my own expenses. I want you to be proud of how I step up. So mom, will you trust me on this? Help me unlock the next level of my business, and in return, I'll prove to you every single day that I'm ready. And to everyone watching this, if you ever had to convince your parents you're ready for a big responsibility, drop a comment below. Maybe we can all learn from each other. Thanks for watching.